Hello, everybody. Welcome back to English Understand Easy channel. And today I will talk about infinitive of purpose questions. So let me share my screen with you because this is actually a big subject and it's important to understand it. So infinitive of purpose questions. Let me make it slightly bigger. Okay, so it's easier to navigate. An infinitive of purpose question is a question that asks about the reason for doing something. The answer usually contains an infinitive of purpose, to plus base verb. So I will highlight this in red and we'll explain a little bit more in this explanation. An infinitive of purpose question is a question asking about the reason for doing something. So I can change it. An infinitive of purpose question is asking about the reason for doing something. Is asking about the reason for doing something. The answer usually contains or have an infinitive of purpose. It answers questions such as why, what for, and what is was used for. So the full answer is as you will learn in a second. Although short infinitive answers are common, we see them everywhere, especially in conversation, full sentences are also correct. Question: why are you learning English? Short answer: is to get a better job. Full answer is I am learning English to get a better job. So here it is with infinitive of purpose. Here is simple answer to the question: to get better job. I am learning English to get a better job. So this is, for example, an answer at interview. This is answer to your friend. So let's go to, make more space. Questions with why. This is the most common type, and the structure is why? Auxiliary verb. What is auxiliary verb? You know it all, but it's not used often. So auxiliary verb is actually helping verb. Why? Helping verb, subject plus base verb. Example: why do you study English? To communicate with people around the world. Why? Do is auxiliary verb. You, subject. Study, base verb. English, object. So plus object or objectives. Okay. So if I will copy this, let's see, and write it here, and or no, I'm not going to write it here. Oops. I will make it better. I will simply write it here, but I will play with it a little bit so you do understand exactly what does it mean. Why stays red. Auxiliary verb or helping verb is, okay, let's make it orange, and it's do, right? Okay, why is red. Plus subject. So subject, let's make it blue. So we distinguish it completely. Subject is you. Then we have base verb. Let's make it brown. And we have English, which is objective, and we can keep that in black. Why not? Right? Now we have this question explained in the structure, and everything else applies to all these three examples. Now we have question with what for. So I will go a little bit further so to have it all in one on the same page. These ask about the purpose of an object or action. Purpose or reason. Let's use the vocabulary that the children are understanding at any level of their studies in school. What for? Let's make it red. Just like the previous one, we ask for why. So now we have what for. This asks about the purpose reason of an object or action. Structure. I am changing it so you can see and you can actually communicate with me through eyes and understand what is happening over here. So examples are three over here. Let me use what be none for, and I will write it here or copy and bring it under the question. Did it same thing? Yes. Okay. So what stays red over here? verb be, let's make it green for this time, because I want you to see it, the difference. Plus noun, noun we can make orange, but here is this. What is this? This is linking word, or this is demonstrative pronoun. And it's not, here is this and these. So could we use demonstrative pronoun before noun? Yes, but it's not necessary. And 4 is red, because we have the questions between what and for. Same thing here. What is this button for? What are these glasses for? So the same pattern. Now, like I said, this is using this, this, these. It's usually used demonstrative pronoun, but not necessary. That's why it is not included in the structure over here. Then we have questions with what is and used for. So these ask about the function or intended use of something. So how should I change it? These ask, these what? These questions, because this is plural and questions, we have to have s. Ask about the function or wanted use of something. Structure, all right. Actually, what am I doing? Just do it this way. And again, I will make it red. Now over here we have is or are. That's why there is these. So it cannot be am. All right? And cannot be verb be as it is over here, because verb be is complete with am, are, is. So here is only is or are, only part of the verb be. Examples. Let me copy this structure and I will just use it here. Oops, that's wrong. I need this body to be right there. So, what is red? Because it's infinitive of question. And what is what? What is question word? What can be also relative pronoun? Now we have is are. I'll make it blue because it's a different question, or brown. I like it brown. So we have is. And then we have noun, which I will make again orange to make it easy. And used for stays red as it is over here. So now we have computer is orange, and used for is red. Here we have the example explained exactly excuse me, my input. Now we have questions beginning with how. As you can see, the infinitive of purpose with questions is quite large. Sometimes the question asks how something is achieved, made. Okay, let me use another word. And the answer includes an infinitive of purpose. So let me highlight it blue like all infinitive purpose. Now, sometimes the question asks how something is achieved or made, and the answer includes an infinitive of purpose. Well, I think I will push it on the next page because it is separate section, and what I will do is where is structure? We have structures everywhere, but this time we have no structure. So let me to copy this one and made it for an example. So structure would be how, can, or do. So we can have a verb, but here we have verb and here we have helping verb. So we will use verb, just that, plus a noun. Well, I is a noun. It's, what is it, pronoun, plus verb, so it's action verb. So what kind of verb is here? Is it helping verb? Well, let's call it base. Let's use it base verb plus used for, but we still need a noun. I, pronoun, improve is base verb, my is possessive adjective, plus object, I would keep it as it is because in this case, the question is about action. Okay. No. Okay. And okay, let's leave it as it is. How is red? Can is verb. So let's make it blue, since we have blue already. Pronoun. Let's make pronoun orange. Plus base verb. I would make it purple. Improve. My is a possessive adjective, and English is used for, so we can use we can say used for. English would be used for, or we can ask noun plus used for, and the noun would be, let's say, green. So it's different question with how, and the structure is over here. So plus noun plus used for, and that's what it is. So here is some practice questions and practiced answer and summary. An infinitive of purpose question asks about the reason, purpose, or an action. The answer commonly uses the structure of to plus base verb, which is infinitive of purpose. The three most common question forms are why. So let's make it one color. Why are you studying? To pass my exam. What is the tool for? To repair bicycles. This is another question. And what is used for? What is a microscope used for? To observe very small objects. And that I will make dark green. So this is everything about infinity of purpose questions. And these patterns are used frequently in everyday English because they provide a concise way. So I don't like the word because, but in everyday English, to provide a concise way to explain purpose or intended function, wanted function. So what is concise? Concise is the best way to explain purpose or intended function. Concise, I will type in parentheses the best way to explain purpose or intended function. As you can see, it is, maybe I can, this is too big, so I make it much smaller, and yeah, we have it stretched a little bit, but to make sure that you understand it properly, that things that needs to be explained and understood are not mixed with anything else. And we have it as we wanted. Infinitive of purpose with questions. Question why, what for, and what is was used for. Here is was as past simple for of the verb be, but we can use also what is are. So is present simple, was past simple of the verb be used in the last question. And then there is this question of how, which is not easy at all. So once you study it carefully so you do understand what does it say and how it explains. Right, everybody? And this is everything I wanted to explain with infinitive of purpose question. You have a beautiful day. See you next time. Bye for now.